Another pattern that links all female narcissists I have encountered is their belief that they are, or should be, the most desired by men. This perceived status is central to their identity, and they will actively destroy anyone they see as a threat to it. If you are a woman who naturally feels comfortable around men, is attractive, respected for a skill, or simply good company, even if you are unaware of it, you will become a target. Manipulation tactic, triangulation, and smear campaigns. A female narcissist must eliminate competition to maintain her status as the most wanted woman. This status allows her to fit into the patriarchal mold where only one woman is respected, protected, and allowed to exist among men. It also elevates her in the eyes of other women, making her the queen of her social circle. Unfortunately, this collective need for a queen, a dominant female figure to admire, follow, and protect, sustains the narcissistic system. Without this ingrained social structure, her tactics wouldn't be as effective. The female narcissist secures her position through triangulation, pitting men and women against each other to ensure she remains the focal point of desire. For example, she might subtly praise one man while implying another is more interested in her, igniting rivalry between them. Similarly, she may plant doubts about a female friend, hinting that she is untrustworthy or envious, leading to social fractures that benefit only her. She also engages in smear campaigns against women she perceives as threats, subtly planting doubts about them in others' minds. Independent women, those who refuse to participate in the queen-follower dynamic, are prime targets. The narcissist assumes these women must also be narcissists aiming to overthrow her, failing to understand that some women simply value autonomy. If you don't aspire to be a queen, you threaten the very institution of the monarchy, making you an even bigger target. Pattern of misogyny. The only one wanted myth. This behavior is deeply rooted in patriarchal conditioning, which teaches that only one woman can be truly special or desired. Religious teachings, literature, and media reinforce this idea, pitting women against each other instead of fostering solidarity. To maintain her queen status, the narcissist constantly feeds her social circle stories that reinforce her desirability. These stories may be exaggerated or fabricated, but they serve to keep her interesting and mysterious. If another woman in her circle is equally or more popular, she becomes a threat to the narcissist's narrative. If people start comparing stories and realizing inconsistencies, the illusion collapses. To prevent this, the narcissist ensures that other women remain beneath her by any means necessary. She insists on being included in all group plans, closely monitors social circles, and manipulates dynamics to keep her female friends dependent on one specific group. Meanwhile, she deliberately isolates them from her other social circles, ensuring they never gain access to the broader network of people she interacts with. She works to contain these women, making them socially stagnant and reliant on her approval. She uses tactics such as shaming, implying that forming outside friendships is a betrayal of the group. This forces them into social confinement, where they become dull and cut off from external influences. However, she does not abide by these same rules. She freely socializes with all sorts of people, including high-status or interesting individuals, and any challenge to this double standard is met with swift punishment. This leads to the manufactured situation where she is always better, more attractive, and others end up feeling more and more worthless. She then goes into a fixer and helper role of her demi-friends, start to act like they need fixing, and she talks about herself as if she is the charity person, loving kind good mother to her demis that just need her help, when they never did in the first place. But she intentionally manufactures this brokenness, though that's a whole different topic. It also reminds me of how men have historically kept women confined to the home, while they were the ones seen as worldly and interesting. All of these patterns in women are just manifestations of the same misogyny, carefully programmed into us every day. It plays out through men, women, children, everyone, and it's embedded in everything. Female narcissists acts out the programs of misogyny. The root of this is misogyny and patriarchy. Always. Manipulation tactic, social sabotage and character assassination of close female friends. She subtly undermines her female friends by making them appear socially undesirable. She talks negatively about them to men, portraying them as strange or unworthy of attention, ensuring they become an embarrassment to associate with. She wants to control their social and romantic lives, making sure they either don't have male interest or only attract men she can manipulate. A particularly dangerous threat to her power is a man from outside her immediate social group. Such a man cannot be influenced by her pre-established narrative, making him a risk. If one of her female friends starts dating someone like this, she will sabotage the relationship under the guise of concern or saving her friend from a bad situation. The narcissist carefully cultivates a divide between herself and her female friends. She positions herself as the exceptional woman, the only one both men and women admire. By keeping the two groups separated, she controls the narrative. No one can compare notes, and she can manipulate each group's perception of the other. She fabricates and distorts stories, reinforcing false beliefs that become truths simply through repetition. This creates an invisible wall of prejudice and prevents genuine connections. If you are well liked by men, she may initially act supportive, as this reinforces her association with desirability and influence. However, once she perceives that your presence threatens her control over male attention, her support will shift into subtle sabotage and calculated attacks designed to undermine your reputation. However, at key moments, such as group gatherings, she will launch sudden, calculated attacks to damage your reputation. To her, everything is about image, and she must construct a version of you that ensures you are not a threat. Pattern of misogyny, the Madonna whore complex used against women. This behavior stems from a patriarchal system that divides women into archetypes, the desirable and the outcast. Female narcissists internalize this framework, ensuring they remain the chosen woman while others are cast aside. Manipulation tactic, gaslighting and group conditioning. She uses subtle gaslighting tactics to destabilize you. She might give you backhanded compliments that leave you questioning yourself or subtly train the group to perceive you in a negative way. For example, she may make a comment about one of your habits or expressions, conditioning the group to see it as strange or embarrassing. Over time, you will notice a shift, people react to you differently, and you don't know why. This is deliberate manipulation designed to isolate you. What begins as playful teasing escalates into cruelty, leaving you feeling lost and excluded. Manipulation tactic, flying monkeys, using others to attack you. If you threaten her throne, there are consequences. She will make cutting remarks and enlist male enablers to humiliate you, anything from subtle jabs to outright bullying. She may orchestrate embarrassing situations to mock you, often targeting your physical appearance. Once she identifies a non-compliant woman within her social circle, she uses the collective against her. She subtly influences her followers, convincing them to dislike, envy, or be repulsed by you. Not because of reality, but because of persistent psychological programming. Eventually, their belief manifests as truth, and you are ostracized. Pattern of misogyny, male enablers in female destruction. Men play a crucial role in enabling this behavior. They unknowingly participate in the narcissist's manipulation, believing they are making independent judgments. This is not incidental, it is part of the patriarchal structure that upholds the one desirable woman trope. Men love destroying women, and she only uses the pattern of misogyny in them. They do this willingly, and they are not innocent in this. She gives them a convenient situations and excuse to act on the hatred of girls and women that is in them, and they can act on what they usually have to suppress in themselves. I have never seen them thinking twice or standing up and protecting the attacked woman and girl, but cruelly abuse them without any empathy for them. The narcissist ensures she has alone time with men, during which she shapes their perception of other women. This explains why some men may suddenly treat you differently for no apparent reason. Even if they don't fully believe her, they go along with it to stay in her favor. Again, it's all patterns and mechanisms of misogyny and patriarchy at play. Manipulation tactic, conversational monopolization and emotional vampirism. With a female narcissist friend, conversations revolve around her, how men want her, how they chase her, how she is special. You are not an equal participant in these conversations, you are an audience. Discussing your successes is discouraged, while discussing your failures is encouraged. At first, she may allow you to talk about yourself, but only to gather intelligence. She studies what makes you happy, confident, and likable. Once she has a complete picture of your strengths, she systematically dismantles them. She redefines everything that uplifts you as selfish, weird, or bad for the group. Over time, this conditioning spreads, and even you begin to believe it. Her influence becomes an all-encompassing belief system, a religion of the group. No one questions why she is allowed to do the same things she condemns in others. It mirrors the way religious systems convince people to worship a loving God, even when that God exhibits cruelty. The queen is beyond reproach, and her word is law.